Hey, John here, guys. So we got this Tecumseh motor on a Troy-Bilt snowblower. I think this Troy-Bilt is when Troy-Bilt actually still making their product. I don't know what year this is, but it seems to me it's not an MTD product. But that Tecumseh is a Snow King, and they're pretty popular on machines, especially in the 90s. But anyways, this machine came in as a no start, and as soon as I got it, I asked the guy what all this stuff is here, all these exposed wires, and he says that it has nothing to do with you know, what he was, you know, I guess the thing ran fine and now it doesn't. I guess he was trying to hook up, I don't know, a light and some heated handlebars or something like that. So checking for spark is easy to do. That's the first thing. First of all, I always check for spark when a machine comes in to see if the spark first, because it's the easiest. 9 times out of 10, it's most likely to fuel. As far as you know, off-season stuff goes, it gets gelled up. This fuel tank is empty, and the carburetor is empty. I just checked this little push pin down here. There was no gas in it. It's totally empty. So let's go ahead and put some gas in it and check for spark, because that's the easiest thing to do. Before we put fuel in it, we must, you know, see if we get spark, and hook up a spark tester and see if it looks like it used to have a starter. Let's see if it's got some spark. It does have spark. Well, that's good news. Alright, it's got gas. I just put some gas in there. It does have spark, but it's not getting the gas to the carburetor, so maybe that's his problem. Using this so you can hear it. Right, it is working. Well, I can hear it and I feel suction. But unfortunately, we're not getting, I'm pushing this little button over here underneath, right, to relieve some gas. There's no gas in the carburetor. So I was going to prime it with some starter fluid, see if it can get it running and sucked that way, but I do want to check something first. So the fuel, this one has a fuel cutoff. It is off. I just had it on, but it, you know, when I was priming it. But I'm going to take this off and see if the fuel is actually coming out of this tank, and see if we don't have a blocked, you know, something blocked fuel line. Because I was thinking, I've gotten burned before with this the hose that goes behind the engine comes out to the other side to the carburetor. If I remember correctly, it was pinched in a way, or burnt in a way, that fuel wasn't getting through. I forget what the details were, but let's see if the fuel is actually getting to this line here first. Alright, so we are getting fuel through, and this shutoff doesn't really shut off. So I'll replace that, and now we want to check the other side of this hose. It goes over the carburetor, which requires taking off this little shield over here. It's just the one bolt over here. There's 2 screws on the plate, on the throttle plate, and then there's 1 bolt here. Now we can get this, you gotta take this, you gotta take your little choke plastic deal off. So I can see it here, this hose here, I want to take that off. Probably can't see, nope, and see if the gas is coming through, and then we'll go from there. So sometimes these hoses get kind of locked down there, so taking got the clamp pushed back a little bit, and I took a little pair of needle nose to get this hose twisted a litto bit, because sometimes these suckers are seized on there. So we'll see what kind of work we can trying to get this hose out. I did replace that valve over there, the shut-off valve, so we'll be able to see if there's gas coming through here. I just want to get between here and there we go. Gas is on. Gas is coming out. So we have gas to that side. First of all, I want to see if this is actually pumping some fuel, or air rather. Oh yeah. Could feel it coming out of there. So that's working. Why isn't it picking up gas though? So at this point, I'm thinking the needle in the carburetor has got to be messed up, right? Because what else could it be? Because we got gas going to the carburetor. We just don't have gas. Come here, little bugger. We don't have gas coming out the bowl. Alright, so let's flip this up, take this bowl off, see what the problem is. Alright, so we got the machine flipped up on its nose. If you got a full tank, it might start pissing out the cap, but we only put a little bit in there, so we're going to be good. So let's take this off and see. I think it's 11. See what we can see. My guess is a clogged or a gelled up float pin or the seat. Something's not allowing the gas to come in. Well, it doesn't look too bad without putting a light on it. Now, I definitely want to save this O-ring. Don't want to disturb it if I can't, because I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like we could save that one. The actual there's nothing in there. There's a little bit of gunk. Let's see here. Oh, that was it. That was it. It was jammed in there. At first I couldn't. I don't know if you heard it click, but let's take it off and see if we can get a camera in there. Maybe there's something clogged, crusty stuff in there. Get this pin out of here. I knew that was going to happen. Let's see what we got here. So this is the one with the rubber tip. Or let me get my glasses. I think it's got a rubber tip. It might be steel. I gotta get my glasses and a light, and we'll take a look inside there and see why that feel is not coming out. Alright, so most likely what's going on is, I can see it from here, but let's see if we can zoom in. The crusty stuff that sat around is probably just in where the seat is, and it had that pin. Yeah, it probably won't focus. But you can see this, the rusty or crusty yellow crap. So the hole on the right is where the seat would be. I just want to show you the crusty stuff. It's most likely in the cavity on the right. So I'll just take I don't feel the need to pull that seat out and replace it with a new seat. I think I'm just going to clean everything up with a little wire, poke some holes in it, and I'll try to brush this left side out there. But that's most likely what's going on, and we'll take a look at the high-speed jet. Now this high-speed jet is an external one on the bowl there, where you plug it into. I'll show you that in a second. Some of them have the high-speed jet where you can remove from the center here and clean that up. We're still going to stick a straw in there and give her a toot with some carburetor cleaner, but that's most likely why this thing won't start, right? Like I said, it's the usual suspect, right? The fuel just gets gelled up. All this crap, right, could get into the your seat there, and this in this case just stop the flow. But sometimes, like I said, the high-speed jet, we haven't taken that apart yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and clean all this crap up just to get it loose here, and then I'll blow it out with some shop air. And this seat in here, again, I don't really want to take it out, but I'll just go ahead and make sure everything's clean in there, and I'll poke this high-speed channel here with a wire. I'll show you that in a second. I don't think there's anything wrong with the high-speed. I'll just go ahead and see if there's any gunk on this wire, which I doubt it. Yeah, it's pretty clean. And then we'll poke a hole into the seat area here. I don't see anything, so I have a feeling that where is it, the float pin? Because when I first, just pushed on the old toilet bowl there, this is that rubber? Can't see if that's rubber or not. There's nothing on the end of it, but, at first it was stuck in there, just kind of seized in there, so it wasn't allowing the, the gas to flow out. It was just kind of stuck in place. So just by loosening it up, this will probably work fine, but again, we'll go ahead and clean everything up because we're in here. Alright, so this is, like I said, this screws into the bottom of the bowl. Now this high-speed jet, this is the ones I prefer. The fixed jet carburetors, are not as cool. So you could just take this pin right out, and we'll just check for some gunky stuff on the end of it. which I don't see. Oh, there is gunky stuff in here. Well, can't really see too good. Let's take off this washer. This O-ring here. It's actually not looking too bad in here. Let's see here. So I take a piece of wire. Sometimes this, although this is a fuel flow issue, this probably had, you know, I clean this out anyways, but this little tiny hole in the side there, I want to pass it right. Well, this one doesn't have it, just inside. Just make sure, you know, nothing's in there. Sometimes they have a hole on the other side. Maybe not this type. And then, of course, this big gaping hole, you should be able to see something in there, which I don't. You know, it's going to come right through. This is actually pretty clean. So it was probably just the the pin stuck down in a down position. So let's put this back together. Forget your washer and your O-ring, and we'll screw this right down until it seats. Right, it's seated, and back it off 1.5 turns. Just keep a reference like this slot. So that'd be a half turn. That'd be 1 turn. That'd be a half turn. That'll get it started, and then we'll tweak it from there as far as you know, where it should be, you know, running right. So let's put this back together. Get the float pin in there. Oh, I'm gonna blow this carburetor out with. I'm gonna hit it with some carb cleaner and then blow it out with some shop air, because, like I said, we're here. The chances are it's just the seat. So I was just cleaning it out a little bit, and I don't think, like I said, I think it's just it was just a stuck seat. That's all it is. So, you know, you can take out the low speed idle mix here, right? Take that out and clean that out too. I'm just going to leave it. It's probably set where it needs to be, but that would be the same thing. You put it, if you want to take it out and clean everything up, you seat that all the way down and back it off 1.5 turns. Again, that's the low speed idle, and we can adjust all that later. But if you wanted to take that off, I'm pretty confident that it was just, the pin was just stuck in a closed position, wasn't allowed gas to get through. It wasn't that gummed up or, you know, dirty wise, so I'm just going to leave it at that and put this thing back together, and I almost guarantee it will start up. See, this is what I was talking about when I was trying to get gas to relieve. It's just this, you know, plunger that goes down and gas would pee out of there, but it wasn't making it into the bowl because it wasn't making it through this hole. If we flip this down right now and turn that gas on, guarantee that it's going to come out, but I'm going to save a step and just put this thing back together. So we got to put, so this tab here, this metal tab, that's what your little, let's call it a spring, sits on, and you got to use gravity as your friend. And stick her in a hook. It's easier if the carburetor's upside down. Where'd that go? Where'd that go? How many takes you think this is going to take? It is easier when the carburetor's upside down. We're using gravity, but we're also against gravity. Why don't we get it in the hole first? It should be golden. No. She slid off. Let's try it a different way. Let's go ahead and put it in the hole first, and then try to slide the toilet bowl, get it halfway in there. Let's try that way. There we go. Whole game of operation, right? So I'm going to go ahead and gently take this ring out of here, this O-ring, and we're going to have to do a little roll here. It is kind of stuck in there, but I can feel it's still pliable, so I'm sure this will work. I'll wire brush that up right quick, and we'll stick it on this way first. sucker on there. I'm going to wire brush this this edge up, and I'm going to throw a little lube in there. So this is what I was talking about. This needs to be like this. So this hinge pin, because this is going to flex, it needs to be on a deeper side. This needs to be on the hinge side, right? So let's put this on the right way. So I get this sucker on there. Put our high speed in. Which we did clean up. We'll tighten that down with, I think it was an 11. Before we tighten that down, would have a massive leak here. So when I was cleaning this, you want to take your gasket off just because you don't want carb cleaner on any rubber gaskets because it could affect it. I did take that off. Don't forget your gasket because you will have a leak. About there. Again, we already set that at 1.5. Let's flip this down and see if gas comes out of our little, should have something coming out of here now. And we do. Alright, so that's probably all it was, is a stuck float pin. But since how we had it up on the side, you know, we cleaned it out anyways, you're already there. And now let's, we did mess with the float, the high-speed idle. Let's get this thing started and adjust it and send this thing on its way. And also, this primer should probably work now. Should get some gas, yep, flowing out of there. Let's see here. Let's see if she'll start. That'll do the trick. So the 1.5 turns, we got it to where it seems like it's running good, but I am going to warm this up pretty good before I send it back and make sure everything is adjusted right. So if yours didn't, you know, on fast idle, it was like hunting or, you know, wanting to quit, start, quit, you know, that sort of thing. Just adjusting that thumb screw one way or the other, go one way first in little tiny increments until it clears up. And if it doesn't clear up one way, you go the other way, you know, and there's just this little sweet spot. But again, it's just, you're talking like minuscule, not even a quarter turn. It's just, I would say an eighth of a turn, if that, you know, not even that. Just little tiny increments until it clears up. Same thing with a low speed. When you go on a low idle, that this screw adjustment right here, same thing. You would just, you know, little increments until it idles fine at low speed, and you kick it up to high speed, and they kind of work in conjunction, but you kick it up to high speed and then adjust that, and there you go. Anyways, that was an easy fix. Again, it's mostly the stuff that sits around off-season stuff. It's usually the gas, so this thing's good to go. And I might make a video on, this guy wanted handlebars, heated handlebars, so might do that. But anyways, that's all I got for this one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.